Today, 80% of ICC sponsorship money comes from India. To make IPL competitive, BCCI at that point in time decided that there could not be unfair advantage given to one team or the other because the owner of that team wants to spend like crazy amount of money. It is a game where on a daily basis India wins.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Cut the Noise, where we discuss the latest trends in the market. Today we have Raman here, who's heading fund management business at Grip Invest. Welcome to the episode, Raman.
Thanks, Navid. Thank you for having me.
As you all know, IPL is around the corner, and we thought of discussing the business of IPL in this video. So, Raman, if you can shed some light on this topic.
So, thanks, Namit. First and foremost, I know everybody knows about what IPL is, right? So, IPL, for all practical purposes, if I have to put a finger on a brand that India's created, which we can actually call a global brand. Let's say, for example, today Google or Apple is known around the world, right? If I can say truly there's one brand that India has created, that would be the Indian Premier League. It's put cricket on the map. We today not only have players playing from the domestic league and becoming big stars, but we also know that big stars want to and need to come and play IPL every year so that their brand value in their own country or throughout the world also increases. So for all practical purposes, IPL is the biggest brand that, so to say, in the cricketing fraternity.
So, Raman, IPL is now a game changer. In the world of cricket, what is the significance that IPL is contributing?
So if you look at it, as per the last valuation of the brand, so-called brand of IPL, it was valued at close to around about $10.7 billion. In rupee terms, obviously, it's around about 90,000 odd crores. So that's the kind of valuation or value that this brand IPL holds today. What is the significance of this brand is that for a period of, let's say, 2 months, a player is coming in from Australia. So let's say Mitchell Starc, who got sold for 24.75 crores. Yeah. For playing for 2 months, a person who's as good as Mitchell Starc, is getting paid that much amount of money. I believe the numbers are, for per ball, he makes around about 10 lakh rupees or something like that. I'm just giving you a ballpark number. So this is huge amount of money. What IPL has done, or, what BCCI has done, I must say, is that putting cricket not only on the map, but now now countries like America, where the new T20 World Cup is happening, it's opening up markets like those as well. There are local leagues that are happening, which is, obviously are owned by a lot of these Indian franchises like CSK, Mumbai Indians, etc. South Africa, half of their teams are owned by our franchisee.
Even the Caribbean leagues as
well. Even in the Caribbean leagues. So IPL is not only, while IPL is the Indian Premier League, the franchisees themselves have become much bigger companies now. And they are now supporting not only cricket in India, but across the globe. So this is the significance of what IPL has been able to do for the world cricket.
So Raman, my next question to you is very exciting. So how does any IPL team, or let's say IPL makes money, what are the different revenue streams involved in this process?
So the entire IPL revolves around 3 basic streams of income. The first stream is the broadcasting revenue. So you would have heard the news that BCCI sold broadcasting revenues for the next 5 years, from 23 to 27, approximately 48,000 crores. So 48,000 crores is divided equally between TV and digital, right? So approximately 24,000 crores each. One was won by Disney Star Sports, and the other one, digital rights, were won by Jio. 50% of that revenue goes to BCCI. 50% of the revenue is shared between all the teams. The second biggest element of revenue for these franchisees are sponsorship revenues. So there are 2 types of sponsorship. One at BCCI level, which is where the title sponsors, which is Tata IPL. There's a strategic timeout in between called C8 Strategic Timeout. Then there's Cred Power Play, Dream 11 Game Changer. So this more or less contributes around about 600 to 700 crores every year. So this also gets divided 50-50 between teams and BCCI. The teams also sell part of their jerseys, etc. आपको हर जगह logo दिखते हैं, right? So all of those logos, all of those merchandising, all of that comes across whatever revenue that these companies. So that's 100% with the companies. Okay. And the third is, ticket sales and food sales, drink sales that happens at the stadium level, right? So that's still a very small part of it, but obviously all 80% goes to the franchises. 20% is divided by between the state boards. So the state that is running the stadiums, etc. So these are three big streams of revenue. On the expenditure side, all of this will contribute to close to around about, let's say, in terms of divided between all the teams is 700-800 crores of revenue per year or something like that. And the company typically they spend around about 200 to 300 crores every year on various expenses. The biggest expense is the salaries of the players. So आप ये जो सुनते हो, Mitchell Starc got 25 crores, Pat Cummins got 20 crores. So every team has a purse. So what they've done is that every team has to spend maximum of 100 crores on their players in terms of salaries. So that's the largest chunk of their expenditure that goes, and that's how it is. So if I have to give you some numbers, and these are dated numbers, obviously none of these companies are listed. So these are dated numbers. So CSK, which is Chennai Super Kings, is the most actively unlisted share that is traded in the market. LIC holds 6%, etc., etc. So there are a lot of stakeholders there. The last market capitalization that I saw early this morning was close to around about 5,500 crores. Is the market cap of CSK. So last year CSK FY23 numbers, and I'm talking about them. So they did a revenue of approximately 290 crores, and they made a profit after tax of around about 52 crores. On these numbers, what I understand also is the stock in the last 5 years has gone up by approximately 15 times. So there has been significant growth. Also, there are many factors at play. That Dhoni came back, he has not retired till now. So the brand value of the franchise is also related to the players that they currently have. So that's what makes it exciting. So if I have to also give you the examples of which are the most valued teams in terms of valuation, Mumbai Indians will be first, followed by Chennai Super Kings, then then RCB. Sorry. So these are the three teams that are there, and obviously these are the biggest players, right? So you have Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli all playing for these franchise. So all of that really impacts these teams and their brand value as well. So.
Raman, just now you mentioned that capping of player salaries is around 100 crores per team. Like, what is the reason behind that?
Yeah. So when IPL had started back in 2008, they got different teams got bids from different kinds of people and different types of people, right? IPL had the only example at that point in time was English Premier League. If you look at English Premier League for the longest period of time, there have been 4 teams that have always been on top because they've had investors or they've had people who have been investing huge sums of money in buying the best players around the world. To make IPL competitive, BCCI at that point in time decided that there could not be unfair advantage given to one team or the other because the owner of that team wants to spend like crazy amount of money, right, to win the IPL. They also wanted a fair distribution of players, right, between teams. So if, for example, Rajasthan Royal, which is owned by different people, does not have that deep pockets, it should not always remain at the last, right? It should have a chance of, creating a team which is as competitive as the top team that there should be, right? So that is why, at the IPL level or at the franchise level, the salaries were given a cap. Earlier, I believe the cap was around about 60 crores, which is now increased to 100 crores. So what this capping does is that a team like, let's say, Mumbai Indians will not buy Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, everybody into their own franchise.
Senior playing 11.
There has to be equitable distribution of players as well. Now, one team is so strong that,
The other team cannot.
yeah, and the other guys cannot, and it doesn't make it exciting. Today, IPL is exciting because you don't know who's going to win on that day. It is also, that is what, at the end of the day, today a minnow team or the team that is not performing well suddenly can go and win the IPL.
Like Gujarat Titans.
Like Gujarat Titans suddenly came in and obviously a team that didn't have really, really big names, but still, at the end of the day was able to win. So that's what makes IPL very exciting. That is why I believe that amongst the leagues, IPL has been able to create a niche for itself and a very big niche at that.
Lastly, Raman, if you want to sum up this entire topic, the finance, the business around IPL, and the impact and the future of IPL in cricket industry.
So yeah, the future is bright. It's growing on a yearly basis. The craze of IPL continues to grow. People are and we've seen across every year. March It becomes very exciting. Everybody's looking forward to their teams, and it is opening up new countries to playing cricket. Like we gave an example that this time the World Cup is happening in the United States of America, right? It's a huge market, a market that has a lot of Indians, that have a lot of Pakistanis. It has a global population, but there is no cricket there. With the India Pakistan match that will happen there in the US, it'll open up doors like crazy, right? It'll open up sponsorship. Today, 80% of ICC sponsorship money comes from India, right? It is because the craze that we have, but we also need support in terms of newer geographies coming in. Huge populations are still not playing cricket or don't even know about cricket. So India, it's not upon India, but it's upon ICC. But what IPL does is makes it exciting, makes it entertaining. Also, I would like to end this by saying that IPL is one format, and somebody popularly said that it is a game where on a daily basis India wins.
So that's a great way to end it, Raman, this entire discussion on IPL. Thank you so much for coming to this episode and sharing your thoughts and views on the business of IPL. If you guys like this video, do hit the like button. If you have any suggestion and comments, do drop them in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Grip Invest for the next videos. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amit.
Investments in debt securities are subject to risks. Read all the offer related documents carefully.